We come from the denominational church where God wanted to heal you, he did, and if he didn't, he didn't, and you just were like pawns in his chess game. Over here, Becky, healing for you. Not today. All of that was wrong, so I have to learn, I have to unlearn, and some things and learn some new things. I didn't know anything, and when they gave me the book, I said, I can't do that. I can't possibly do that. She said, just cover the basics. I said, like what? I mean, I didn't have a clue. I've learned a lot. I've been teaching healing over 40 years now. So I asked her after a while, I said, would you like to go home? It's apartments and duplexes in a semicircle. And I said, I'll walk you home. And so she got up out of my lap and she started, and I walked her to her doorstep. Now, why? She went in. Why did I not say to her, if you go in, your mother will help you? She wouldn't have believed it. Her faith would not operate because she had not been loved. When you let a child with that raging fever out and a dried box of macaroni, she's obviously hungry. She's obviously had no breakfast. She's very young. She shouldn't have been out without supervision to start with. I didn't say a thing. I watched her go in. I didn't know how to help her because I didn't know anything about the healing. You see, love is going to affect your faith. She wouldn't have had any faith. If I had said your mother will help you, she wouldn't have believed that. So we're going to shore up our love, because when we put our faith down for healing, we're going to receive what our hope has dictated belongs to us. You got that? I can't wait to get to hope. I've been studying hope, trying to shore up and find out why it's so neglected, because it's so hard to explain. I won't tell you that. Next week or week after. Now, look. All the law is fulfilled, verse 14, chapter 5. All the law is fulfilled in one word. Thou shalt love thy neighbor thyself. But if you bite and devour one another, that means you're not walking in love. Take heed that you be not consumed. I looked up bite and devour for you, and it basically means bite and devour. It means, you do that with your tongue most usually. Because if you do it with your fist, you get in trouble. You do know that, right? You saw the two ladies had a fight over their children. One lady ended up in jail. She didn't think very hard about that. If I bite and devour her, is it going to be worth it to me? It's landed her in jail for a long time. Now, I'm responsible to represent the King of Glory. The word we don't use this word. The word in 1 Corinthians 13 is seemly. They say unseemly. When you're unseemly, we're not going to be unseemly, by the way. It says don't be unseemly. We're going to be seemly. But when you're unseemly, you don't fulfill the covenant. You don't walk right. You don't talk right. You have a certain standard that you're supposed to walk in, and you're not doing it. Seemly, a lot of translations use the word mannerly, and when they use the word mannerly, we think we go to the table and our forks on the left and the knife and the spoons on the right, and we have our napkin and we have our drink, and we bow our head in prayer. It means we keep all the rules. But it's not mannerly in the sense of table manners. It's mannerly in the sense of fulfilling the covenant of love, fulfilling the very law of God, doing what God has asked you to do by His Spirit. So that when I park my faith for healing, and my hope is going to point me in that direction, it's going to say, Becky, by Jesus' stripes you were healed. And I said, no, hope always says it's going to be. I'm expecting it to happen. Hope is always future tense. And faith always comes along, grabs hope by the hand and said, today. Today, not tomorrow, but today. Now, I'm not trying to qualify to receive. If I was trying to qualify, you could forget it. I'm too old, made too many mistakes along the way. One person said to me, I don't know where their mind was, they were just rattling on. They said, boy, I've learned a lot of things the hard way. I thought, me too. Learn a lot of things the hard way. I'm not trying to qualify. I'm trying to be a loving, obedient child who represents the kingdom. And the best way to represent the kingdom is for somebody to see that the King of Glory works in your life. He works in your body. He works in your mind. That's the best way to represent the kingdom.